Hey guys, welcome back. BDCKR here, and we're back with our weekly recap of all things Injustice. It is the week of September 15th, 2022. Current challenge is Arkham Knight, the Arkham Knight. God, I love that name. It's a 1-week repeat. The required characters are Green Arrow, Green Lantern, and Superman. They're available as bronze, and gold, respectively, at their cheapest levels. And it's not great that it's a gold character that's required, but it could be worse. It could be a challenge character. I prefer the challenges that have really cheap, easily available characters because the challenge makes a really great entry point for newer players, but I'm not sure that that's the main consideration for the devs. The Arkham Knight, his drone strike passive means that if you achieve plus 180% on the Gotham Knight special attack, calls in a drone strike, dealing damage to the entire enemy team, so essentially splash damage. His attack is 1100 and his health is 1200, which are good, medium, high stats. He was last available November 18th, 2021. So the passive is okay, but the real glory is in his basic attacks, which has nothing to do with his passive. So the background you need is that for most characters, the tap combo is 3 hits, and then the combo ender is an extra bonus hit. And normally what you do is you get 2%, 2%, 2% of your attack stat as damage, and then 3% if you get the combo ender. So that's 6%, maybe 9% if you're lucky. Arkham Knight has 3 hits on his combo ender, and they each do 3%. So you get 2, 2, 2, and then 3, 3, 3 if the combo ender engages or triggers. And so that's 15% max. So it goes from 6% to 15% compared to 6% to 9%. So that is, if you get the combo ender, a 67% boost in the amount of damage that's done with the tap combo. The swipe combo is even better. It is not only ranged, which means it doesn't matter how far away you are from your opponent. It will also have more hits than the regular swipe combo. Normally, you get 3 swipe combo hits. They do 4%, 4%, 4% of the damage that's in your attack stat. And instead, he will do 4, 4, 4, and then another 4, and then a 3, and then another 3. So that's 22% in a swipe combo compared to the usual 12%, which is an 83% boost. So not only does that mean he's going to generate more power because both the tap combo and swipe combo have more hits, and it's each hit that generates power, but he also does more damage on a completed basic attack combo than a regular character does. So essentially for basic attacks, his passive is, his sort of hidden passive is that on a swipe combo, he's going to do 83% more damage than a character with similar attack stat. And one other cool thing about Arkham Knight. So if there's a kind of juggling that's involved, that's maybe as hard as doing the infinite juggle with a reverse flash. So if you only take the first 2 swipes of his swipe combo and don't complete it, you don't do the third one, you can maintain and increase the distance from your opponent. And because it's a ranged attack, you separate yourself and you keep on separating yourself. You've got to be just late enough not to trigger the completion of the swipe combo, but you can't wait long enough, so you got to be slow enough to not trigger the completion and quick enough to start a new combo before they run at you. So the timing of it's really hard to get, but when you get it, it's fun. And there's going to be a link in the description that demonstrates this. So as far as challenges go, this is 121 weeks in a row of a repeating pattern that first started in May 2020, and it's a 43-week cycle, so we've had 2 complete runs of the 43, and we are 35 weeks into the 3rd cycle, and if the pattern holds, next week should be Blackest Night Batman. And in an unusual twist of fate, this week we do not have any corroborating evidence in the store that suggests it's going to be Blackest Night Batman. Oh, I guess that's a spoiler. Reminder too that means with only 43 characters in the challenge cycle, we are still missing 23 challenge characters. This week's multiplayer reward is War Gauntlet, which becomes Claw of Horus. And it's got 3 abilities. On tagging, the opponent receives damage equal to 10% of his health when it's maxed out. When an opponent tags in, all damage to that opponent increases by 10%, stacks 3 times, and resets on player tag out. And when evolved, on Special 1, there's max 75% chance to disable 1 random gear of the opponent till opponent tags out. Last available, February 10th, 2022. That's 89 weeks in a row of consistent pattern, 2 complete cycles of a 31 reward sequence, 27th in the 3rd cycle. And unlike a challenge cycle, nothing is missing for multiplayer rewards. And if the pattern holds, next week should be the most important gear ever, Tattoo Totem. So let's look at these abilities. Tag in damage 10%. It's decent. It's not great. Even, say, 25% from Cassandra King back row is good, but not game-changing. So 10%, which is a lot less, not a huge difference. The next ability, opponent tag and boost damage by 10%, stacks up to 3 times. So it's not enough of a boost, and there's not enough of the opponent tagging in and tagging out, right? It just doesn't happen often enough that you can really exploit this. And even if you were trying to lean into it and use, say, Antimatter Sinestro, who I think is the only person that can force the tag out over and over again with a Special 1, stacking a max 30%, that's not enough. The real key is the evolved ability. That disabling gear on Special 1 is a beast. It is the absolute best ability because it works even if it's blocked. It works even against Astral Harnesses and Vulnerability. And you can leverage the effect of gear disabling. So 75% chance, that's, 1 gear. You can use this gear on somebody that has multiple gear effects on their special, like Batman, Special 1. I think all the skins do more than 1 hit potentially, and some of them do more than others. You could use it with Enchantress, companion gear, where the Flying Skulls after your special can trigger the gear effect if you time another special at the right time. So you need 2 bars of power, do it once, trigger the skulls, and use the second bar of power to do another Special 1 as the skulls are landing. Or you could use it with Master's Death Card, and on your second tag in, so that character can't tag in for the first time for Master's Death Card. It has to be second time in the fight, where the hits on tag in from Master's Death Card work just like the Enchantress Skulls. And if you start a special right at the moment when those hits come in, you can trigger the gear effect multiple times. So both the Enchantress strategy, which requires 2 bars of power, or the Master's Death Card strategy, which requires a second tag in, they can let you remove every piece of gear on the opponent, even though there's only supposed to be a 75% chance of disabling 1 gear, because you're just doing it multiple times. And if we're talking gears, any gear that has just 1 ability that makes it worth the gear slot, in my mind, that's legendary gear, and this is it. There's no other gear that has this effect, and the effect is just so ridiculously good and special that it's more than enough to have this in your take up a gear slot. And yeah, absolute great gear to have. So in the store, we have the character bundle Suicide Squad for $24.99 Canadian. It was last available earlier this year, I think in April. And if we go back as far as December 2020, its price was $19, and ever since then it's been $25. It has Suicide Squad Harley Quinn, Suicide Squad Joker. It's got 2 random gears out of 5, and the 2 signature gears, which you can get in the gear locker, are the most common. They're 35% each, and there's an interesting 10% chance each of the Suicide Squad companion gears, which is what you normally would only get in Survivor. Unusual is we've got the Arkham Knight Challenge Pack hanging around for a second week, because even though other packs hang around longer, the ones that give you clue to next week's challenge tends to not hang around once the challenge appears. So it's uncommon to have his challenge and also a pack that charges you extra just to have a chance to have him. If it was worth was not worth getting last week. It's definitely not worth getting this week. And we've got the Justice League pack hanging around for a second week. And what's really interesting, though, is we've got a Survivor pack. And a new one. Not the usual Lobo Scorpion one, but a Teen Titans Cyborg, animated Harley Quinn, and animated Batman Beyond for 585,000 power credits. It was previously available last year, November 2021, around the same time as our challenge, which is kind of neat. So we are starting, I think now we've exhausted the Survivor packs, if the fact that we are recycling some of the Survivor packs now for the first time, I think. So, interesting. Definitely not the greatest. Teen Titans Cyborg and Animated Harley Quinn are both available in the store. It's for Animated Batman Beyond, who was a good character when he was released. I don't know that he makes this Survivor pack worth getting. Character bundle, Batman Universe, 41st week. Most Wanted pack, 48 weeks. So we're a month away from a year of the Most Wanted pack. And we've got our 3 Nth Metal packs for 300 Nth Metal, celebrating, hanging around for 33 weeks for Joker and Shazam, and 35 weeks for Aquaman. Our Survivor is the Suicide Squad companion gears for another week until the 21st of September. And Phantom Zone is finished. And if we are going by the usual cycle, that means the next couple weeks, no. And then in a couple weeks, yes, it'll be back. Fight 62 is still broken. Last weekend's breakthrough for gold characters was, as expected, Catwoman, Deathstroke, and Raven. And this coming weekend is probably going to be Cyborg, Batgirl, and Black Adam. There's a link in the description to a Reddit thread from Devlin16 that goes over the complete breakthrough cycle. We'll link in the description. And that brings us to what would normally be the section where we talk about the glitches. But as far as current glitches go, we'll go into more detail every time something significant changes, which did not happen this week. And even if nothing changes, we will do a more detailed review once a month, the first week of every month. So the most recent video where we do this was September the 1st. And it's not really necessary because there's a video tutorial for every working glitch in our playlist, Current Glitches, that's linked in the description of this video. The only thing worth noting is that the challenge reset has been confirmed on this week's Arkham Knight challenge. And that's it. So we would like to give a big thank you to our patrons on Patreon, and that would be BomboBen, Console Peasant, and Edwoon, supporting us at the top tier Last Word, Sinemac and Mohammed Albshaiti at the Your Message Here tier, Shawn, Farrell, Daniel Simonson, Aaron Maule, Michael DeVries, Brandon C., Irvin Ruiz, Eddydoo, and Hoshi 127 at the credited level, and Chris Wolff, Scarlet, Dani, Awesomegamer 241, Pavu RS, Gavin, Mallott, and Isfar E at the gratitude level. And thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Komoda.